Hey y'all, Keto Diamond here, standing in for Mr. KD. His normal vlog's gonna not be really normal today since you get me. I just thought I would give an update on his journey. Y'all know what happened to him yesterday if you've been watching. He had oral surgery yesterday and had the last few of the bottom teeth removed that have been causing him havoc for a very, very long time. This is 104 days of his keto and fitness journey. This tooth journey is part of a fitness journey because you can't truly be healthy when you have rotten things in your mouth that are causing you pain and stopping you from living your day-to-day life. So anyway, I'm going to get on to that. It's time, y'all. So again, part of any life's journey is to get as fit, healthy, and having good well-being as possible. Yesterday, like I said, he had oral surgery. Now, the oral surgery took place we went up there, his appointment was at 1. They started around 1:17, at least that's what he texted me, they're getting ready to start. And by 2 p.m., the nurse came outside, because you had to wait outside for him, to say, he's ready, you can pull around and pick him up. So, of course, very painful mouth stuff. You know how that works. If you haven't ever had oral surgery, they put you to sleep. You're a little wonky. You're a lot wonky. A lot wonky. You're extremely dazed, confused, tired. And sometimes you say a lot of stuff. I would share with you some of what he said, but it was all perverted, and I really can't. That's just who he is. So, I got him in the car, and it took a little while for me to even get up to speed. Plus, he was trying to write things for me to read. He kept turning the pen upside down. It was a whole thing. And then finally, he laid back, covered up with his jacket, and took a nap. Lots of blood loss, from the tooth being pulled, and they had a lot of stitches in there and stuff. And of course, very, very swollen right here. Well, later, we drove to Wally World. I picked up his medication and brought him home. He laid down. Everything seemed fine. And then about 2 or 3 hours later, it hit the fan, so to speak. He got up and kind of stumbled his way into the kitchen and got him a couple bites of peanut butter. Leaned against the counter and then suddenly kind of stumbled sideways and fell down. Right in front of a stove with me shouting that grease is hot. Please don't. Luckily, he did not knock that pan on himself, but I mean, so close, so close, because his arm caught the handle of the pan on the way down. I was cooking beef at the time, and he normally doesn't go in that area of the kitchen very much, so I wasn't expecting that. But I helped him up with quite a bit of effort. He stumbled over to what we call his chair in the living room, which is basically where he sits most of the time when he's in there. So he gets to sit down. He starts turning a weird color, and he seizes up. Like literally seizes up, eyes rolling in the back of his head. He turns green, like legitimately green. I've heard people say somebody turned green before, but I've never actually seen it. He turned green. His sweat started just pouring profusely from every place of his body. He was completely drenched. His neck, his chest, he couldn't talk. He was like literally seizing. I was trying to call 911 at the time, and I finally got through and got him on the phone, and they agreed to come out and everything. And it took forever. For the several minutes, he was not really responsive. He wouldn't really speak. He didn't seem to be capable of it or know where he was. After several minutes, he was like, I'm going to throw up. So I went and got him a bucket, and I tried to make him stay in his chair, and he kept trying to get up and go lay down because he feels better, of course, in his own bed. Who doesn't? But I needed him to sit still while the paramedics came. So I got him calm, got him still. And I mean, he was literally just pouring sweat. He doesn't even remember the seizure. I'm positive that's what it is. I've seen seizures before, and they're terrifying to witness, but he turned green. And that's what mostly scared me, was the pigmentation of his skin changing like that, and the sweat pouring out of his body. I don't think I've ever quite seen that with somebody who was sitting still in front of an air conditioner. So it was definitely something that was very traumatic and hard on his body. By the time the paramedics had come in, I waited outside for him, and my son-in-law Aaron did too. My daughter was trying to prevent her dad from walking to the bedroom, but he's still done it. You know how men are. You're my kid. Get out of the damn way. I'm going. So he got back there and he laid down, and the paramedics finally showed up. I mean, it took 10 minutes for the paramedics to get here. If it had been life or death, I don't think it would have worked out so well, to be honest. And of course, they were apologetic that it took so long. They were on the other side of the county. Or not, they were a good little ways away. If I had driven it, it would take me 15 minutes unless I was flooring it. So I guess to get here in 10 wasn't too bad. But still, 10 minutes when somebody's seizing and having what could be like a heart attack or anything, you just don't know, felt like 2 hours. And, you know, I'm like, where the hell are they? And I'd finally done called 911 back going, what the hell? You know, and it was terrifying. It really was. He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't remember the seizure part. He remembers falling in the kitchen. He remembers me helping him up. He remembers getting to his chair. And then he remembers coming to soaked and feeling nauseous. So it was scary. The paramedics got here. They checked his blood pressure. And after a few minutes, they had him stand up. They checked his blood pressure. They checked all his vitals. And it was determined that he was probably okay at this point. But, of course, you know, would he like to go with them? He said no. And they said, you know, if you need to call us back in 2 minutes, do it. We don't mind. We'll come right back out. So, yeah, it was pretty terrifying. And right afterwards, I forced him to eat a bowl of mashed potatoes because he couldn't eat anything else. I mean, there's so much swelling going on. He was still bleeding quite a bit. I mean, this was hours and hours later, but he was still bleeding a lot. And he had taken pain medication too, because you're supposed to take that before the numbing medicine wears off. And I was worried that was going to happen again, or he was going to end up throwing up, or anything could have happened. And if you start getting sick while you got all the stitches in your mouth and all that swelling, no telling what's going to get ripped. So I forced him to eat about 5 big bites of mashed potatoes. That's all I could force him to do right then and there. But several hours later, I was able to get another bowl, a whole bowl of mashed potatoes in him. But I had to make them very liquidy and very runny. And I didn't mind, of course. I can't imagine they taste too great. Sorry, grandbabies are in there crying. I've had a very similar experience to what he had yesterday. I had some oral surgery done, had my wisdom teeth pulled out. And I was put to sleep for it. I went up there by myself, though. They did not tell me I needed a ride or anything, so I didn't have one, and they didn't mention it. So I had the oral surgery done. I drove myself to the pharmacy to get the pain medication for it. And while in the pharmacy, I got extremely hot. And I was sitting in a chair. It's an old school pharmacy at the time. I was sitting in a chair. I was 21, 22. I was sitting in a chair anyway. And I got really hot. Like, this ain't right. Hot, hot, hot. And I went to sit up in the chair and raise my hand to try to get the pharmacist's attention. You know, just something right here. Next thing I know, I'm in an ambulance with a cracked skull. Not really a cracked skull, but a busted head. I had fallen straight forward onto the concrete floor, and they called an ambulance, and I woke up in the ambulance. That's scary, by the way. When you're sitting in a chair, and the next thing you know, you're in an ambulance. Pretty damn scary. So I got to the hospital. They gave me a sandwich and told me I could go. My mother-in-law came and got me and took me back to my car. And after that, I was fine, other than, the pain in my mouth. So I know what he's going through, but I don't know that I turned green and sweated all over. I don't know that I had a seizure. I know what he had was. And it was, I don't know, that was terrifying. It really, really was. He is doing much, much better right now. He's been walking around. He's been eating. He's ate a bowl of mashed potatoes. He's getting ready to send me to Walmart to get some more soft food. So, in extension, his keto journey ain't happening today because he ain't keto today. But he will be as soon as he's able to eat. Right now, it's just not real possible. And hopefully, we did hear that there would be a second round of stimulus checks. And if there are, he can get dentures with that, and that'll be great. So again, this is part of his keto and fitness journey too, because y'all know pain in your mouth really stops life quite a bit. It takes down the quality of life you have. And if you can get rid of the pain, get rid of the suffering, get you a nice pretty smile and feel good and feel great about yourself, that is a big step to well-being, mental, physical, and everything. So this is part of a fitness journey, because it is getting your life better, fixing your life, healing yourself, even if it's nothing but being able to get more sleep. That's a miracle in and of itself, right? It's better to be able to rest. So, yeah. He's doing better today. Like I said, I'm getting ready to go to Wally World, try to find some more soft stuff for him. If you have any recommendations of how he can heal faster or feel better quicker, or even cheap dentures, I do know that there's a place called Affordable Dentures. Do anybody know how much it costs to get a full set? That is a curiosity that would help us to know. Also, what soft foods can this man eat? Really, really soft. He don't even want beans because he's scared he's going to have to, munch on them a little bit, and he's scared that'll hurt. So, I mean, we're talking mashed potatoes here. That's the only thing I can think of, but he told me to get him something other than mashed potatoes. I got plenty of mashed potatoes. He don't like eggs plain by themselves. He don't like those at all. I'm really kind of at a loss, but I'm going to go try to find him stuff and see what I can do. And get me some blackout curtains because my daughter's room is almost done. I'll tell you all about that later. My keto journey went quite well yesterday, but you'll have to tune in to my channel, Keto Diamond channel, to see my results for the day. Anyway, it's going to be a little while because I ain't even filmed the video yet. I'm going to let hubby go ahead and upload this. Again, right this minute, he's doing all right, but we are, really concerned about the dentures. I know it takes like 6 weeks, I believe, of healing before he can even kind of get started on that process. But it is what it is. Hopefully, with any luck, he'll feel like going to work Monday. It's hard to say for sure at this point. He did only get 1 day of working this week, so we don't know about next week. And y'all know how money's tight right now for everybody. So it's a worry, it's a concern, and I cannot believe how much that oral surgery cost. $3,080. $3,080. Cash up front. Sucked. His insurance only pays $1,200 a month, $1,200 a year, so they use that $1,200 to go with that, but it still really sucked. So basically, it was, if they used $1,200, it was like $4,300 almost. I just couldn't believe the price tag on that. I'm so glad my parents paid to have my stuff removed. Anyway, I guess that's all I got to say right now. He is doing better. He is getting some bed rest. He's chilling and hopefully taking a nap soon. And I'm going to go out and get him some salty foods and just kind of wander around Walmart and see what I can find him. Those keto ice creams are going to come in handy. He's eaten the strawberry one already. He shared with our grandson, Anthony. But anyway, I guess that's all I got right now. And we'll do another update just as soon as we can. Much love to you guys and dolls. He'll see you soon.